Welcome to my channel, friends. So today we'll be discussing about inventory management. So we'll be discussing introduction to inventory, meaning and types of inventory, understanding inventory management and its objectives, consequences of holding excess inventory, factors affecting levels of inventory, and modern and traditional techniques in inventory management. And we'll also discuss ABC analysis of inventory management and EOQ, economic order quantity in inventory management. Okay, so let's start with the introduction. So a business can run smoothly its operating activities only when appropriate amount of inventory is maintained. Inventory affects all operating activities like manufacturing, warehousing, sales, etc. The amount of opening inventory and closing inventory should be sufficient enough so that other business activities are not adversely affected. Thus, inventory plays an important role in operations management. So, what do you mean by inventory? Inventory is pure stock that a company needs to maintain for smooth flow of its operation. So, the inventory should be neither be too large or too small. It has to be in the right quantity. Okay. So now let's try to understand the meaning and types of inventory. Inventory is an asset that is owned by a business that has the express purpose of being sold to a customer. Inventory refers to the stockpile of the product a firm is offering for sale and the components that make up the product. In other words, the inventory is used to represent the aggregate of those items of tangible assets which are held for sale in ordinary course of business and in process of production for such sale. Okay, so now let's try to understand what are the inventory categories. There are mainly three types of inventory. First one is raw materials and supplies, second is work in progress, and third is finished goods. Okay, so what do you mean by raw materials and supplies? So it refers to the unfinished items which go into the production process. So that is the first type of inventory that when the product is being produced, when it in the first stage, that is called the raw material stage, when the raw materials are acquired to start the production process, that is called as the raw materials and supplies. That is the first kind of inventory when the complete things are in the raw material stage. And second is work in progress. Work in progress, it refers to the semi finished goods which are not 100% complete but some work has been done on them. It means that the product is not completely finished and it is not on the raw material stage also, it is in the middle stage. So the middle stage is called as a work in progress stage. That is the second kind of inventory. And third one is finished goods. So it refers to the goods on which 100% work has been done and which are ready for sale. So when the complete production is complete and when the good is ready for sale, it is called the finished good inventory. Okay, so these are the three kinds of inventory: raw materials and supplies, work in progress, and finished goods. Okay, so now let's try to understand what is the meaning of inventory management. So inventory management is a practice of overseeing and controlling of the ordering, storage, and use of components that a company uses in the production of the items itself. A component of supply chain management, inventory management supervises the flow of goods from manufacturers to warehouses and from these facilities to the point of sale. Inventory control means efficient management of capital invested in raw materials and suppliers, work in progress, and finished goods. So as you can see inventory management is one of the very important activity in logistics and supply chain. So inventory management, right from the start of the supply chain management cycle, we can see inventory management. Because from the raw material acquisition stage itself, we can see how inventory management is important in the cycle. Like from the manufacturing process, when the goods are being transported to warehouses, and from warehouses to the point of sale, inventory management happens in each and every stage. So that's why inventory management plays a vital role in the supply chain management. Now let's try to understand what are the objectives of inventory management. Okay, so the objective of inventory management is to maintain inventory at an appropriate level to avoid excess or shortage of inventory. So as I told you earlier, the inventory has to be maintained in the right quantity. It cannot be exceeded, or there cannot be shortage also. So it has to be maintained in the correct quantity. Inventory management system reduce the cost of carrying inventory and ensure that supply of raw materials and finished goods remains continuous throughout the business operation. The objective of specifically may be divided into two categories. Okay, So the flow of goods and raw materials has to be continuous. It cannot be stopped in between, because if we stop the continuous flow, then the production process is getting disturbed. Okay, so the objectives of inventory management are divided into two segments. First is operational objective, and second is financial objectives. Now let's try to understand what are the operation objectives. Okay, the operating objectives are: first is to ensure continuous supply of materials. As I told you, like the materials, the supply has to be continuous. We cannot stop the material supply. And second is to ensure uninterrupted production process. The production process cannot be interrupted. Third is to minimize the risk and loss incurred due to shortage of inventory. So there is a risk involved. Like if the production process is stopped because of lack of inventory, of course there is a risk. There are chances that companies may incur loss. So that risk has to be avoided. Next is to ensure better customer service. Obviously, like if you are able to provide a very good inventory management, definitely the customer service is gonna be high, because the customer will be satisfied because of the timely delivery of the product. Third is avoiding stock out of danger. This point we have already discussed, to avoid the stock out of danger. Now let's try to understand what are the financial objectives. Basically, there are three financial objectives. First one is to minimize the capital investment in the inventory. Second is to minimize inventory cost, and third is economy in purchase. Okay, so what do you mean by to minimize the capital investment in the inventory? So as I told you, like to hold the correct amount of stock is the objective of every company. Reduction in inventory. So if the company is investing a lot of money in the inventory, it means that it's a dead stock. The company, the fund of the company is getting blocked. So it's all, or it's one of the financial objective of the company to maintain a correct inventory management level, so that its funds is not blocked and they can use that money for other purposes. Okay, and economy in purchase. What do you mean understand by the term economy? Economy is nothing but when your purchase department or procurement department is making bulk purchases, definitely they can get economical discounts. That is the meaning of the word economy in purchase. Okay, so now let's see what are the consequences that the company will have to face of holding excess inventory. If a company is keeping excess inventory, what are the consequences that company will have to face? Okay, first is unnecessary investment of funds and reduction in profit. We have already discussed this point, like unnecessary investment of funds and reduction in profit. If the company is blocking a lot of fund in inventory management, definitely they cannot use that money towards other activities, thereby there are chances that there is decrease in their profit. Okay, second is increase in holding cost, because inventory, when we are trying to store a lot of inventory, of course we are allowed to store in warehouses. So warehouses, if we are storing in warehouses, we'll have to pay rent to the warehouses, which is additional expenses which is coming up. So that can increase in the holding cost. And loss of liquidity. Loss of liquidity is nothing but when there is a lot of stock that is being stored in warehouses, and you will get the money only if you are selling that goods. So if the goods are not sold on time, like you are not getting the money. So to liquidate the goods, it is the companies has to make sure that the supply chain cycle is very efficient and the sale is happening on time. And last one is deterioration in inventory. It is nothing but when there is a lot of stock in your warehouses, there are chances that goods may get damaged or wasted. So that is the last point, deterioration in inventory. Okay. So now let's try to understand what are the factors affecting levels of inventory. Like what level of inventory that a company maintain is based on these factors. Like first one is nature of business. Like what is my nature of business? That is the first factor which every company consider when they are trying to stock out the inventory. Second is inventory turnover. What is the turnover of my company? Like how much inventory should I keep, and how much is the inventory should I keep, and how much sale is happening. So that is inventory turnover. And nature and type of the product, that is a third factor affecting the inventory: nature and type of the product. And economies of production, inventory cost, financial position, period of operating cycle, and attitude of the management. At certain cases, certain companies have strict policies and procedures towards maintaining inventory levels, so that also matters when it comes to inventory management. Okay, now let's discuss what are the different techniques in inventory management. There are basically two kinds of technique: modern techniques and traditional techniques. Now let's try to understand what are the modern techniques used in inventory management. So first one is EOQ, which is called as economic order quantity. Second is reorder point, ROP. Third is fixing stocking levels. And fourth is selective inventory control. And under selective inventory control, you can see ABC analysis, VED analysis, that is vital, essential, and desirable analysis, and SDE analysis, that is scarce, difficult, and easy analysis, FSN analysis, which is fast moving, slow moving, and non moving analysis. Okay, so we will be discussing only two important techniques from this, that is EOQ, economic order quantity, and ABC analysis. Okay, now let's just have an overview on the traditional techniques. So the traditional techniques that the companies used before were inventory control ratios, two-bin system, perpetual inventory system, and periodic order system. So these were the four systems that companies were using before the modern techniques were launched. Okay. Now let's try to understand what ABC analysis is. ABC analysis is one of the important inventory management tool that a company uses to have an efficient inventory management system. Okay, so ABC analysis may be defined as a technique where inventories are analyzed with respect to their value so that costly items are given greater attention and care by the management. Three categories are created, namely A, B, and C, and the following table represents the appropriate classification of items along with their value and quantity. Okay, so you can see in this table, you can see category A, B, and C. So as per the ABC analysis, company will categorize the product as per their prices and value. Okay, the higher value products are categorized as A, and the medium priced products are categorized as B, and the least important products are categorized as C. Okay, and they are also determined in the base of value and quantity. Okay, now let's see a video to understand the ABC analysis better.
ABC analysis in inventory management, presented by Sachin Rawat, MTech first year, VNIT Nagpur. What is ABC analysis? It is a technique of inventory control. Now, what is inventory? Material resources that will be used in project in course of time makes up the inventory. ABC analysis is based on Pareto law, which says that in any large group there are significant few and insignificant many. In this, materials are classified into three categories: category A, category B, and category C. Materials in category A are most important. Materials in category B are moderately important, and materials in category C are least important. Percentage of number of items in category A is 10, in category B is 20, and in category C is 70. Whereas percentage of value of item in category A is 70, in category B is 20, and in category C is 10. This can be graphically represented in a bar chart where ordinate represents percentage of average inventory values and abscissa represents percentage of number of inventory items. Now, some salient features of category A, category B, and category C type material. In category A material, accurate forecast of quantity is needed, whereas in category B, approximate forecast of quantities is needed. And in category C, no need of forecasting, even rough quantity estimate is sufficient. Category A materials require involvement of senior level for purchasing. Category B material requires involvement of middle level for purchasing, whereas category C materials require junior level staff for purchasing. Strict degree of control is maintained in material A Moderate degree of control is maintained in material B, and relaxed degree of control is maintained in material C. Now, why do we need ABC analysis? Number one, it ensures control over the costly items in which a large amount of capital is invested. Number two, it ensures considerable reduction in the storage expenses. Number three, resource allocation. Resource allocation with ABC analysis is a continuous process requiring periodic tracking of Class A items. Since these items are of utmost value, the stock level must always align with the customer demand. Number 4 is economy. This method is economical since equal time and labor is not needed for all types of material. Thank you guys for listening. Adios amigos.
Now let's try to understand what economic order quantity is. It is another tool that has been used for inventory management. So the optimal size of an order for replenishment of inventory is called economical order quantity. Economic order quantity or optimum order quantity is the size of the order where total inventory cost, that is ordering cost plus carrying cost, are minimized. And economic order quantity can be calculated. There is a formula for calculating economic order quantity, and it is the square root of 2 multiplied by A multiplied by O, where A is the annual requirement and O is the ordering cost per order divided by carrying cost per unit per annum. Okay, so we'll see a video to understand this concept better. So if you like the video, please hit the like button and please also subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for your time.